Welcome, guys, to the new episode of Rich and Rich FC. I'm your host, Rich, with my guy, Rich. We're back again with a new episode. Rich, how's it going, man? How's your week?
Good, good. The league just got more exciting. So, you know what?
Very,
How about you?
very. Man, it's a good day. We're here, we're alive, talk about football. So, let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Thank
That's like,
God. C'est la vie. Exactly. But, yeah, like we already mentioned a little bit, Arsenal played yesterday. They took on bottom of the league Wolves, and the game they started really well. Saka got his goal after his new contract, and by what beginning of second half, they were 2-0 up. Like we thought this game was done, and then from Bono to Bono, they score a goal, and then last seconds of the game, they just make a mess out of it, and the game ends up being tied 2-2. What happened in that game? Like, what's going on? Like, how did Arsenal let this happen?
that's an interesting question. Um, but yeah, it seemed like, they had it wrapped up 2-0. You don't really
Mm-hmm.
expect to come back from Wolves. But that's the beauty of, football as it is. You never count the man out. And obviously, they gave up that goal in the last minute and even leading up to the goal. Just a bunch of weird stuff going on with Trossard and then the goalkeeper Raya. So it is what it is.
Gabriel, yeah.
Yeah, it just seemed like one of those games where they let it go. Obviously, it's very important time of the season. It's not the time of season where you want to be drawing teams who have no, uh, who shouldn't be, you shouldn't be playing around with. But big ups to the Wolves. I mean, they could have, you know, pretty much tuck their toes in and start thinking about the next game. But they got a big draw, which doesn't really do anything for them, to be honest.
And it
At
only
the end
gives
of
them hope
the day,
now.
there's no hope for them. But I guess you have nothing to lose, to be honest. So there's no
Yeah.
pressure. There's no pressure. So they're just there to do what they can, and they made the league exciting yesterday. So that's what I have to say about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is part of what I've been saying all season that when it gets this time where they're supposed to be killing teams and, you know, establishing the elite, growing the elite, they end up doing things like this. Like, you played Wigan at the weekend, right? You got your goals, so your players, some of your players pick up form, and some Saka came back, you played like the 10 role. Like, it was an easy game for you, right? So you should be rested and well and ready to go for this game because this game has more importance on it. You should be ready and motivated to beat Wolves. It's not like you're playing a top team or a team that is supposed to give you a hard time. Wolves, everybody beats Wolves. And
Not
Arsenal have considered, I
not
mean,
everybody. Yeah.
if you're comparing the
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
teams,
I,
you know,
I get
and
it. It's first.
Arsenal have conceded 4 goals from this Wolves team, home and away. 4 goals. Arsenal conceded like 18 goals or something like that, and Wolves have scored 4 of them.
Okay, got you.
So
Uh,
that's a problem.
I wouldn't say it's a problem. They could just be taking them lightly because the first half they pretty much up to like the 60th minute there wasn't really any issue for them. So they could have took their foot off the pedal, obviously, and once you get to the last 5-10 minutes, and it's just a one goal game, anything can happen. And in this case, they gave up that goal, which, the first goal they gave up was nice from Wolves. The
Yeah,
second goal, it was just a whole bunch of mistakes.
it was
It seemed,
chaos. Yeah.
yeah, lack of composure when they needed the most. But the thing with the league or the Premier League is I expect Man City to do have some of these relapses too. So it's pretty much a two-man race, and I don't have Man City to be consistent themselves. So I can see both of them dropping points between now and then. What I'll say is just from overall this season, I would say Arsenal is the more consistent team. But you do at this point of stage in the season, you have to be very consistent. But what helps Arsenal is their schedule versus Man City's schedule in that regard. So I still have Arsenal still favorite. Um, they dropped the points against Wolves. That should heighten their sense and kind of you know, take these games serious and try to kill off teams. Even with the Wigan game, they scored four and then they took their foot off the pedal. Like good teams don't do that. They're trying
Yeah.
to even with the winning 1-0, they're still trying to get that second goal. And I've seen that multiple times with Real Madrid, Barcelona, and even Bayern. They never let the foot off the pedal offensively.
Mm-mm. Yeah, run
Yeah,
up the score and then they go crazy.
yeah. So I think it started from that Wigan game where it was easy. And then you come to the Wolves game, the first 60 minutes, easy. And then, they scored a good goal. That goal was very nice from Bueno.
Yeah, bueno.
and
Went from bueno to bueno. So yeah.
so I'll give them props for that. And then the pressure is kind of on. And then it seemed like they were trying to waste time. And, I don't see good teams like trying to usually waste time and stuff. They're trying to get that goal. If it's one on one, they're not going to the flag. They're trying to score that, goal. So I think that's another thing Arsenal can add. But now, what is it, 5 points?
It's 5 points and they have Man City has a game in hand.
Yeah, but the thing with Man City is I don't expect them to win all of their games. Even
But
when I said it,
now they don't
but
have to. Now they don't have
yeah,
to win all their games.
they don't have to, but I don't expect them to get more points due to their schedule. Like I said, even like when I was downplaying Newcastle last week, Newcastle just went and beat some team 6-1. So
Yeah, quarterback.
even
I mean,
though,
it's quarterback at the end of the day.
yes, but we've seen other teams also surprise us who are lesser or around that same level as quarterback. So
Yes.
I say with Man City, we have to watch them and see if, but I don't really see them getting more points than Arsenal between now and then. Um, and then yeah, I just don't see it.
But now that Man City have hope, like before they had hope that they can catch up, but now it is clear. Let's say Man City wins the game in hand, it's 2 points, right? Then two
Yes,
points. All Man City has to do is now beat Arsenal in the upcoming game, and
like
then
I
make
said,
up
it's
that point.
yeah, but that is what if they do it? What if they don't do it? So we don't know.
Yeah, but that's the
Uh,
thing. Now you have motivated Man City to actually be prepared and work harder now because now they can actually win this thing.
I
Because
don't
think
think it
about it.
works.
Before, if Arsenal won this game, they'd be like, you know what? It's gone. We can do what we can and it's gone. But now, if you really clean up the little mistakes that we've been doing, the and actually go for it, or even be like that Liverpool team that won the league where the win during like COVID, all the games they win was like 1-0, very tight. They make sure to win the game any way necessary, whether it's 1-0 or last 90th minute goal or 2-1, however they win it, right? If now Man City is capable of doing that now because we've seen them do it
What
before, And now,
When
no, they've seen
when
them.
have you
We've seen them come back
when have you
from
seen
second
them do?
place to win the league before. Now, this
When was
season, last last 2 seasons they did that. Arsenal was first. They came up from behind, right? But and that was like a good Man City team. This is a bad Man City team. However, the gap is still the same, you know. And now Man City is picking up form little by little, right? They're not playing great. They're not playing to their level, but they are picking up and coming up, and they're getting players back, right? Arsenal have some injuries, yes, but they have a big squad. They should be able to be better, play better, even with the injury that they have, right? So if Man City is able to do the work that it's supposed to do with the players that they're getting back, Diaz is back, Stones is back, Gehi, now they have Gehi, Semenyo is playing, Doku is playing, Savinho is supposed to be back, Turkey, Foden, all picking up, Haaland now back in the goals again. If everybody is up to speed, even O'Reilly can now has been discovered that can play the box to box role very well. So now with all these pieces being coming in together, right? It
Hmm.
makes Man City function well. They don't need to be played perfectly, but with these pieces coming back and coming together, they can win games. And they're not gonna win games beautifully like they used to, but they're gonna get a 3 points. It's hard to say they're not gonna get 3 points, but you give them like 10% chance not to win games. But 90% of the chance they should win the games, right? So with that, there's now the Arsenal's close, allow them to close the gap without not really doing much. Now they have something to fight for now. Whereas Arsenal, they're on the downward spiral. They're like going down because now they're low on confidence. Then now they're scared that Man City might catch up because they don't have the strong mentality to kill off games and like widen the gap when they need to. Like they don't have that winning or winner mentality. Seems like they're very weak minded in a way.
Well, you can't be weak-minded to finish in a league. One of the best leagues, finished second about 3 times. So I don't say it's weak.
Four.
So I guess 4 times. I guess we haven't seen them get over the hump. And that's what you're referring to. They haven't been able to get over the hump. And
Yeah.
most of the time in the past, it was due to their depth. But they've addressed that this year. So in regards to that, they don't have an issue. What I'll say is we haven't seen Man City do that. What you're talking about is going a great run since 3 years ago, about 3 years ago, 2 years ago. So
Mm-hmm.
we could say the same thing about Man City. So that's the same thing about their players. That they're mostly the same players with just maybe one or two people or three, four, five new added. Actually, they've updated most of the roster. So even like half the roster is not the same. It's not. They don't have that championship mentality you're referring to. So we'll see. But what else I said is the strength of schedule for Man City is tougher than Arsenal. And we've seen them throughout the season, and teams will have a dip of form uh, every now and then. So I
But
just,
it's the timing. It's the timing of depth of form.
yeah, but
Arsenal has been struggling
yeah,
during this new year period.
yeah, but I would say they put up enough gap where they can struggle with the lead that they had established. So they can even pick it up within the next month. And maybe Man City will drop some points. We'll see. Because I thought the Newcastle game would be easy for them. But that could be even a problem for Man City. Because Newcastle is on a high at the moment, coming off 6 goals. But we all know they also played in the midweek. So that's an advantage for Man City who is kind
Mm-hmm.
of house. But they still have Chelsea to play, which is tough for Man City. And when we've seen Man City match up with Arsenal this year, it seems like Arsenal were the better team. at that time. So we'll see. It's all about form and who's going to be in form. But I don't see them like, you know, that getting losing the lead. If they lose the lead, then I would say there's a problem. But I don't see them losing the lead anytime this season, to be honest.
But this is where my issue comes in, right? They all have to play now. They play Spurs at the weekend, right? Spurs
Mhm.
is never an easy game. You could have established yourself with beating Wolves and then play without pressure in the Spurs game and North London Derby, right? Now that game has importance. Before that game did not have any relevance, you know. But now you have to go and win that game.
So I wouldn't say it doesn't have relevance. Any derby game has a relevance, no matter where
No,
the
I'm saying I said in the title race that now that derby has has become like more like a super derby because if you lose that game, if you lose that game, you lose your league, you lose the title. If you win that game, you
you
most
don't
likely
lose.
won the game. No, but I'm saying you most likely won the
These
title or
are
lose the title with that game.
okay, these are hypothetical things you're saying. If they
I mean,
lose,
anything that's gonna happen is hypothetical.
if if Man City win, we don't know. What we can say is it's a derby game. It's very important, regardless
Mm-hmm.
of the Arsenal could be in fourth place, and I believe the fans will feel the same way that they would feel if Tottenham was in 16th place. So that doesn't really
No,
change how they feel about it.
no.
Obviously, I think with the Arsenal fans, um, they still have the lead, to be honest. So it's not like they even have to. They regardless, they have the lead. Until they lose the lead, then we can make an assumption. Okay, that they've kind of it's. But
But
they
isn't that too late? You don't
no.
wait for it to happen to address it.
Well, we don't know they're gonna. It's gonna happen. You're assuming it's gonna happen.
No, no. What I'm saying is there's a possibility that can happen, and also there's a possibility that they can lose that game, and most likely their title will be gone. And there's a possibility they win that game and they secure the season by winning a derby. That's what I'm hitting at.
I
So,
don't think
but
I don't think that game determines who wins and who loses the
no,
title.
but it kind of establishes or sets where they're going to be. Because now, if you beat Spurs, you now open the gap a little bit, right? If you're beating Wolves, then if you beat Wolves and you beat Spurs, then you widen the gap even more. You beat Wolves, you lose to Spurs, you're at the same position now, right? But then you don't have to play a big team. Now you have to play a team that's possibly a threat. Wolves was
Hypothetical.
not a threat.
Okay, but
What I'm saying,
sometimes
Wolves was not a threat.
yeah, but sometimes when you play teams that are lower, you kind of play to their level. And they started off good, and then at the end, it seems like they dropped their level because they thought they won. So these things happen. I've seen United went to Wolves and Wolves beat them, and now look at United. So it's all about
No, but that's United. We know United are not consistent. You can say that United and Arsenal are the same. So
United
no,
is the same that beat Arsenal. They're the same team that beat City. So you could say hypothetically, United could win the league if they would have had another coach and they would have beat Wolves and this. But it doesn't work like that. Each game is different, and sometimes, most of the time, the big players they play better against the better opposition. And I don't even I can't see Arsenal losing to Spurs just because Spurs have not been consistent this year. So they've not been consistent, and it's a big game for Arsenal regardless of their position in the table. For Arsenal fans, it's a derby, so you never want to lose. And even with City, I could say City could lose this week against Newcastle because Newcastle had such a great game. But those are all hypothetical things. Obviously, we just have to wait and see how it goes. The Premier League is very challenging. So any team can beat any team on any day, regardless of the position, especially when it's a home game for those teams. It's a big advantage, especially
It
for
sounds like a
those.
cop out. Sounds like you're making excuses for Arsenal to fail.
Well,
Like you're saying that if they lose the league, oh, it's normal, it's a tough league. No, it's a big deal because now they
no, no, no.
they
Instead,
were very good. They've been very good this season. Not gonna not gonna say that or not. They've been very good this season. They've had very good performances. They have a very good squad, very big squad, right? Yet Man City, who has been bad, is going through a transition, getting new players and all of this. They still closing the gap on you, and they still have a chance to win the league. That's where the problem comes in. Arsenal have highly invested in this team, but they cannot put in good performances, and that's where the problem is. So if you cannot be consistent, be 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 playing at a high level, regardless of the position, then that's a problem. Because you can't tell me you're gonna be at your best against good opposition and then be whack against low opposition. That's not worthy of a
uh,
champion.
well, it's not the end of the season, so we'll have to wait to see who's the champion at the end. But what you said could be applied to all those teams in EPL from Liverpool, Chelsea, even Man U and City. Everybody invests in their team. Everybody brings players in their team. I'm sure Chelsea has spent more than Arsenal the last couple of years, and they're nowhere near the title as we speak. Liverpool
Yeah,
just dropped a bag and they're kind of even
that's true.
further. That really,
But looking at no, what you're saying is right. Everybody has invested in their team heavily, right? However, Arsenal have invested heavily and they have a good squad and they've been playing well. No one is saying, and despite everything that they have done, right, to get them over the line to get to the title, they're still not convincingly showing us that they're going to win the league because because of
well,
these lack because of the lack of mentality. I'll say
at the end
because
of the day,
if let's be honest here, if Man City were in Arsenal's position, they had the type of squad that Arsenal has. Do you think we'll be here saying that Man City can bottle this? No, because of the type of mentality that the players have. To know that they have that killer instinct, that killer mentality to finish off games that they need to finish off. Arsenal don't
um,
have that.
no, I wouldn't
Exhibit
say that.
A, hold on, Exhibit A, the Brentford game. Exhibit B, this Wolves game. And the games before that. They've won two in like the last 10.
Yeah, but they're still at the top of the league. So that says a lot. You
I
can
mean, that is
say
a
that,
lot about the other teams, but even that, you're still
no,
not convincingly winning the league.
yeah, but if you look at how both games went, I wouldn't take too much into it, considering that Brentford is one of the better teams in the league, and they
Mm-hmm.
have a very distinctive approach to the game that gives all the teams trouble. So Brentford is not like a weak team. We kind of
Yeah,
already
but
gone over.
yeah,
Where they drop points is the Wolves game, and if you watch the Wolves game, it's about 30 minutes where they kind of lost focus, and it seemed like they dropped off in terms of concentration and intensity, and trying to finish off the game instead of just defensively, kind of wait for the game to end. So I would say yes, that was not the Wolves game. Was kind of the only one I would look at and be like, okay, that was not the best performance. But even that, you can just say, okay, the last 30 minutes was where they gave it away. But until like I see them lose the lead, I wouldn't say Man City are favorites because Man City do the same thing. Um, And you can't do like all Man City. Man City's team is deep. They've been buying players like crazy. Like their team is
Yeah,
deep. If you look,
they've been buying players like crazy, right?
if, if
If
you
you
look at the
if you look at Arsenal's bench, no, if you look at Arsenal's bench and look at Man City's bench, which one is stronger?
in terms of what,
Like looking at each other's benches, which one is the stronger bench? Like, oh, if I take out this player and bring in this player, it's gonna decrease the quality of the team.
so the best team with the most depth too far is Arsenal. Arsenal has the
Exactly.
best. But Man City is not like a team that doesn't have depth. It's just how the team plays. Not every player seems to flourish once they get there. So even like Mamushi came, he had a good half season. Now they don't really use him, but he's still a decent player. I would compare. He's comparable to Trossard or Nani. If you look at that, they have Shirky, they have Reinders. They don't even use Reinders. They have all these. Ainuri just came back. So for all we're saying, and then some of their players were obviously injured, but even when they were playing, it wasn't like they were, doing great. What I would say is right now, the Arsenal's form is kind of, moderate. It's not where it needs to be, but they can pick that up. And with City, I just don't see them being able to just week in, week out be able to do what they need to do as well. So for like the lack of trust you have in Arsenal to finish the season, I would say I have the same lack of trust in Man City to kind of overtake them as well.
But it's not about Man City now, is it? Nobody's looking at what Man City is doing though.
Yeah, but if we're
Everybody's looking at what Arsenal is doing. Because if Man City just do what they want to do or do what they
no,
do,
you mean by
nobody
what
cares.
nobody cares about what?
Nobody cares what Man City does. If Man
Right.
City
So
decides to lose the next 10 games, nobody cares.
when
But if
Newcastle,
Arsenal, no, hold on. If Man City lose the next 10 games, nobody cares. If Arsenal lose the next 10 games, everybody cares because then what? They fumbled the chance to win the title. So you're
that does-
saying that you're looking at what Man City is doing. I don't think that's something we should be looking at right now. We should be looking at what Arsenal are doing because they have the most to lose.
so it doesn't work like that, obviously.
What do you mean it
So
doesn't work like that?
what do you mean? Just look at what Arsenal's doing, because Arsenal's competing with Man City. Those are the two teams that are competing for the
Mm-hmm.
league now. So there's no ifs buts. So how each team is performing obviously affects the other team's morale and obviously affects the league title. So if Man City comes out and they tie, let's say Newcastle, which is possible, then
Mm-hmm.
not and Arsenal tying Wolves doesn't really matter. And like I said, Man City's strength of schedule is harder than Arsenal's. So at the end of the day, they're gonna drop points, regardless of what you think. They're gonna drop points at some point, and then we'll just see how that affects the league. So sometimes you don't even have to do that much to win the league if you're Arsenal. I don't see them losing to Spurs. And then this weekend they still have a Man City has a tough game, and then following that, their schedule doesn't get easier. So
So Man City, they play Newcastle this weekend. Then you have Leeds, Forest, West Ham. All three games they should win, right?
they should, but
Then
what you forget is Leeds, West Ham, Forest. They're all in relegation battle, so it's not gonna
yeah,
be
but
that. And
yeah, but
if
it's
you
the
remember where they're playing those games, does matter.
okay.
Those little
Man
teams
City,
that are now it's a lot harder to beat them because they have
true,
something that you don't.
true. Newcastle is the Etihad. Leeds, it's a Ellen Road. Forest is at Etihad, and West Ham is at the London Stadium. Right now, Man City play what two home, two away. West Ham, either way, West Ham should not cause a problem for Man City.
That's what you say
They
till the
they
game.
can. No, they can, but
They
they
can.
shouldn't.
Okay.
They shouldn't, right? Forest, they can, but they shouldn't. Leeds, they can, but they shouldn't.
I actually think
But
Leeds will take off of them.
it is possible. We've
Leeds
seen
when
how they play, right?
it's different.
But it all depends on how Man City go about this game. If you look at how Leeds played Chelsea, Chelsea played them off the park until Chelsea decided to make mistakes in the back and gave away goals. So it's not like they actually created anything. It was because
That's
the good team, gave
the
away chances. Man
yeah,
City is gonna give away chances, but if they do clean up those things with in mind that we need to clean up our act and go for the title, then Leeds don't have a chance.
it doesn't work like that.
You say it doesn't work like that, but
It doesn't work.
you're saying the same thing for Arsenal.
Yeah, but Arsenal has a lead. They have a lead that they can, keep for the rest of the season. So even whatever happens, everything is in Arsenal hands. So if Arsenal is performing to the level that they've proven to, then whatever Man City does is not going to affect them, obviously. But
And that's
what
what
I
I've been saying.
what I would say is there's no way for Man City to go on this perfect run that you think is possible. It's just not. Even at their best, they can still lose games because that's just how football is. Some teams, it's not fair. So you can be the best team and you can be winning 2-0 like Arsenal is, and then you can find yourself tying. So it's even possible to even lose in those positions. And especially when you're playing against certain teams, they just have your number. So what I would say is I don't see Man City going on to win all these games like you think it's like gonna be that easy. It's just not.
Man City has lost 1 in 10.
Okay. How much have they
They've lost.
tied?
They've tied one, two, three, four.
Okay, so half of the games is tie or loss.
Yeah, and the rest are wins. All right.
So it's not
So
like a great form that you are in.
no, they lost 1 in 10. So that's good. So they only dropped. They only lost full points once,
Okay. And
and they
they
picked
tied
up
like
rest of the points.
and
They
they tied like
tied.
four.
They tied Spurs. They tied Brighton. They tied Chelsea, and they tied Sunderland. All those are tough games, and those were games where they had
All those
injuries and
games.
without defenders and whatnot, which is
Oh,
fine.
we're making excuses. We're making
No,
excuses.
no,
Hey,
it's not. It's a fact.
injuries
Arsenal,
injuries are
Arsenal
part.
have had. Hold on, Arsenal have had their best part of their game. They had Raya in goal. They had Timber, Saliba, Gabriel available, and then whoever plays on the as the left back doesn't matter. In Gapier or Calafiori or Skelly, it doesn't matter. Whoever they like to put up there. That's the best of their game. Declan Rice has been playing. So all their best players have basically been playing.
No, no, no. The most important player has been injured. Saka
Who is
was
that?
injured.
Bro,
And
come on. Come on.
Odegaard was also injured for a while.
Saka is
So
not even the most important player in that team. He's
he's the
not.
star. He's the star player, man.
He's the star player who is not important. How are you a
He's,
star player and Madueke is benching you?
I don't think Madueke ever benched him. It's just the
Madueke
road.
makes
And actually,
Madueke makes hold on. Madueke makes Arsenal look better than Saka does.
I wouldn't say that, but Madueke has had a good season. He's actually very been.
You
He's been.
said no. You actually said a few episodes ago that if Arsenal want to change something, they need to bench Saka and put Madueke on because he's more of a threat and he's very direct.
The
And
last
we
game
saw
was not.
that. And we saw that when Arsenal, when Saka got injured, Madueke was very good when he came on. He made them
Yeah,
look
yeah.
very different.
Yes, Madueke has had a good season, but if you have to choose, you go with Saka. He's been the most proven commodity, and he's the favorite son. And even for
And how many
England, that's
goals? Okay, okay.
hey, he scored the
You
last
saying
game, man.
you saying he's good and he helps the team in one way.
Yes.
What does he contribute?
Ah, just watch it and you see.
He doesn't contribute goals. Doesn't contribute assists. So what does
He
he do?
just the last game he just scored, and he has
Yeah,
been getting us.
against Wolves.
He's very good on set pieces as well. So
So is
he's
Madueke.
the PK taker, um, captain.
I
Well,
mean,
so
PK takers. There's Jokeres. There's tell me something that somebody else cannot do. Set
they,
pieces, Madueke can do that. Declan Rice can do set pieces as well.
but
PKs,
all of it
hold on.
combined.
Madueke can do all of them. If we want to say that Madueke can take PKs, can take set pieces, he can cross,
They
he
can't
can
take.
actually put a ball, he can actually put a ball in early. Saka can do that.
I think
Declan, I'm listening.
he can do everything that you need him to do. He's a very versatile player,
So why is he
and
not doing it?
he just scored. You say he didn't score. He just scored. So I don't know what you want from him. You just say
He
he
scored
didn't
against
score.
Wolves. He scored
Doesn't matter
against
who.
Wolves.
A goal
Okay.
is a
In
goal.
the
A goal.
last two seasons, how many goals
A
does
goal.
Saka have? A goal
How
is a
many? How
goal.
many?
True.
How many goals? How many goals does Madueke have? Or how many
Van
goals
Wicked
does even this
Van
guy
Wicked is
Pedro
being
Neto? Come on,
hold
you
on.
can't even compare
Saka
Pedro
Saka has been
and then
benching Madueke, right? Saka is
Saka.
benching Madueke.
All of those people they play for the same England. Saka benches all of them, so you
Yeah,
can't even compare.
and what does Saka do?
He does what the coach was. That's what he does. He scores goals. He does PKs. He
In the
assists.
last two seasons, right?
He track back.
Do you know how many goals he scored?
Uh,
Do
double
you know?
digits. Double digits. He scored double digits.
uh,
He's effective.
last last season, this season he has 8 goals, right? 8 goals, 5 in the Premier
Yes.
League, 5 in 23 games.
Mm-hmm.
How are you a star boy, star player, and you have 5 goals in 23 games?
Bro, Saka even benches Palmer, so you gotta be careful, man.
Palmer, hold on. Palmer scored 3 goals in one game, and you score
Against who?
five. No, you
Against who?
score five. You score five
Against
in 23. Someone
against who?
scores three
Yes.
in 45 minutes.
Against who?
I think Wolves. Was it
How
Wolves?
many PKs? How many PKs has he scored?
Again, like
So
you just said, a goal is a goal.
subtract the PKs and see.
No, not saying a goal is a goal. So what are you talking about?
They're not comparable. Understand they all play for England and Saka is the star. He's been playing since he was 18.
Hold on,
Come
hold
on.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me check something. Hold on. Because now you're saying PKs, take out PKs, right? Saka, he has 1 PK against West Ham. So take out of that other 5, you got 4.
You know the best thing, right? Saka, his team wins. His team is always winning and challenging for trophies. They're challenging for the,
That's
the
that's the thing.
place.
That's what makes it sad. That
What's
whether
sad?
with or without him, his team is winning. With or without him, his team is winning. So he's not important to the team.
No, he's
That's
important.
what makes this. What's
He's
your
been
importance if they can win without you?
he's been the one of the better players for the last 4 seasons. Um, international England,
That's how low the bar is at Arsenal.
international England starter. pressure situations. We've seen him miss PKs and Euros, but he was, he had the balls to take it compared to some other people who they didn't even let them try.
They didn't get a chance because he missed them. But it happens. Those things happen. That's fine. But
Happens.
what I'm
Okay.
saying is, Arsenal, they seem to be playing better without Saka.
I
And
wouldn't say they need to be played. Overall, teams go through form. So right now, I think they just need to, get some rest. Actually, like even Timber, they need to give that guy a rest. He looked tired
yeah,
the
he's been
last
playing a
game.
lot of games.
Yeah.
But that also
So
plays to their mentality. They are scared that if they don't play certain players, they're not gonna win.
I wouldn't say that mentality.
Because
It's still we still need Arteta to prove that he's capable of managing the team. Because if they don't win this year, then I would say they need to get a new coach. Because I don't know what Arteta's doing, but they're right there. It's right there. The league is
again,
for them.
it's
The
always
league,
right there.
the league. No,
Like
this year the league is theirs to win. I don't see anybody taking it. That's what I'm saying.
it's theirs to lose, not to win. It's theirs to
Uh,
lose.
they're not gonna
Like
lose.
Patrick, I feel like Arsenal. What Patrick's ever said about Arsenal is true. They're like a
That was like
Netflix show. They're like a Netflix show, always waiting for next season.
that's a good point. But what I would say is this year it just looks different. It feels different.
It feels different, right? It looks different, feels different. Is it going to be
Yeah,
different though? That's
I
the
believe.
point. Is it going to be different?
Even the last two games, I think they're like a Martinelli goal away. Who actually has been disappointed because I don't know, he been
But
missing some.
that's the thing. There's always something that stops them from winning, right?
Yeah, but it
And
shows you where they're at. At least they're not losing.
yeah,
They're able to get close to it.
yeah. But until what Man City start go, that's something that we not expect them to do,
I don't
and then
know
you
where you
fumble that.
I don't know where you're getting this belief in Man City from. Like the Man City's like, some team that we should
Let
nobody no
let me tell you where I
like
get this belief from. The
before
belief I
people were
get in Man City, right,
oh
comes from Arsenal lack of consistency to kill games and kill seasons off. We've
well I
seen the
don't
same thing from last year and the years before.
okay well I don't see Man
This
City
year,
doing any of those things.
the thing is, this year, last year, we had Man City fell off. Liverpool picked it right back up to the title. Year before that, Man City took it right to them and overtook them and won the league. Same thing. And they
It's not
said,
this.
oh, when
This
we
is
get a striker. The thing is,
no
Arsenal's excuse last season and the season before, like, oh, Havertz was missing his chances. Havertz the only striker that we have. Marino is here. Marino is just substitute striker. We need an actual nine. Now you have an actual nine. You're on top of the
mhm,
league,
yes.
but at this same stage of the season last year, they, that this is when things started going wrong and lost the league. We again this year they are showing the same traits. So how do you expect me to trust them to win the league when I'm seeing the same patterns from seasons past where they did not win the league? This is not the
You,
first time Arsenal has been top of the
you
table.
yeah, you don't have to trust them, but I trust them. And one of the reasons I trust them is I don't believe in Man City like that. So if you believe in Man City like that, then kudos to you. But I don't. Whatever you see in Man City, I don't see that.
Okay. What has Arsenal shown you? Tell me that.
They're much more consistent than Man City. That's what they've shown me, and that's why
Consistent at what?
they're winning at winning at winning. They're very consistent at winning. So that's what
At,
has led them to be at the top of the league, and in the last 4 years, consistently competing for the league. So I don't see Man City. Nobody's scared of Man City. Teams are not scared to play Man City, and most of the time,
true.
if Haaland cannot score, and I know they just added some. who's bringing something in different. But even that, they've been tying a lot of games where you think they
Right.
should be winning.
But
So,
do do you know why Arsenal have the gap that they have now?
because they won games. That's why.
They started very good early on the season, right? They were killing off games when they were close, and that's what gave them this buffer that they have now. And if they were still consistent during this period, the gap should have been bigger, much bigger. But because of these issues that they always have during this time of the season, it's why I don't have confidence in them to see it over the line.
Okay.
Because we've seen
Well,
this before.
that's your point of view.
It is. But we shall see. Like I said, I've been saying this all season, and at the end of the day, I wanted to prove me wrong. So go
What
Arsenal, go Gunners,
what
prove me wrong.
what have you been seeing all season?
And we said season that this Arsenal team is not capable of winning the league.
And that Man City is capable of winning the league?
I don't know. It can be Villa. For all at the end of the day, what I'm saying is
Oh, wow,
this
Villa.
Arsenal team, this
Get to
Arsenal
Villa.
team has not shown me enough to
How
say
did you
that
get?
okay, they're going to be clear favorites.
Well, if you believe Villa can win the league, then there's something wrong. You have to check your
No,
mental.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's going to be Man City win the league, but I seem that the only contender now.
Man
But
City is the only contender.
only contender, yes. But what I'm saying is Arsenal have not shown me enough consistency, especially during this bad spells that they've been having for the past 4 years around this time to get over it and win the league. They haven't shown me that. So yeah, until they show me that, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't think they can win the league.
Well, I think they'll
That's
win
where
it.
I'm coming from. I'm not saying that Man City is way better than Arsenal. They're not. But even when Man City is not good, Arsenal cannot capitalize on that to win the league convincingly.
Yeah, but it's not like the other teams will just like, oh, just come beat us. You know, teams will actually play harder if they're playing against the best team in the league because they have to be more focused, more or less. So I would say Arsenal is getting everybody's best at the moment, and they just have to catch form. If they catch their form, they're the best team in the world, and they would be favorites for even the Champions League. Um, and I think the title, as far as EPL is, it's really up to them to lose. I don't really see. Uh, I don't see. I just don't see Man City being able to go like undefeated. And even when Man City plays Arsenal, I think Arsenal will beat them.
Because the thing is, right now I feel like Man City don't even need to be perfect. They can draw games because Arsenal seems to have the tendency to not finish games off and win games. They can draw points by drawing, and that's where it's gonna hurt them.
So how do you think Man City got to the position they're in?
Man City is just they've been inconsistent from the beginning. It's not
Oh,
like this is where Man City has been good, has been very good in the beginning of the season, and then it's starting just falling off. Man City
so
has been
you're
on and off all season,
okay.
right? They've been on and off all season. Arsenal has been on all season until Christmas, January, thereabout. That's where they started falling off. And that is where they usually fall off for the
Okay.
past 4 years.
Oh, that'll be fine. Once you get to March, that's when you just need to kick on and start winning all those games. I think February.
And they haven't shown to be able to do that. That's the part that's worrying. That we are seeing the same signs from the years past where they're so good the whole of
I
spring. I
wouldn't
mean,
say. I wouldn't say they were like so. They weren't favorites the last couple of years. If you're saying that, but
no,
this year they.
they've been for the last couple of years. They've always been on top around
But
most of the
favorite,
season.
they were not the favorites to win the league. Like we could say that they weren't favorites to win the league. This year they're favorites.
Yeah,
So I see
but
more of like
yet are favorites, but yet we're not confident. Oh, it's done and
You're
dusted.
confident, so you have to speak for yourself when you're saying these things. You're not
Even
confident.
Arsenal fans are not confident they're going to win the league now.
Arsenal fans are confident.
Today,
Yeah.
they believe that,
Arsenal,
oh, we're going to win the league.
they believe that they're going to win the league. I don't see Arsenal fans saying, oh, we're going to lose. End of the
No,
world.
they're not saying they're going to lose, but they're not confident and so that we're
I
going to win
believe,
the league this season.
I believe their confidence. They've been the best team. Um, like I said, they've been the best team in Europe, to be honest. So they deserve to win, actually. So
But yet, it doesn't feel like that, though.
yeah,
It doesn't
but
feel like being the best team.
no, it doesn't feel like they've been the best team. I think anytime they
So
had
that's
to,
an issue.
no, I think anytime they in the season they've had to prove, okay, for the top team, they've proven that. So I think whenever they played the top teams, they've actually proven that, and they just, you know, actually are in the finals also for the Copa Coroba. What is that?
EFL Cup,
Coroba.
yep, yeah.
Yeah. So they have a lot going on, but they'll be fine. They just need to focus more or less. Even the way they gave up that goal was just, you know, didn't make
It kind
sense.
of sums them up right now.
Who?
How they give up that goal against
Yeah,
Wolves kind of sums them up right now. But
yeah, but it's
let's see.
like I don't see that just happening all the time. It's something that happened maybe once every 20 games probably. So, and it's not easy to win a league, to be honest. Look at the La Liga. Real Madrid was counted out. They thought Barcelona was gonna, go on and all this, and now look. So it's normal. It's normal. It's what happens in competitive leagues. EPL
Well,
is a competitive league, regardless of what you think of the other
I
teams.
mean,
And
La Liga has always been a two-horse race anyway, so it's it's not anything to worry about or waste time about who's gonna win. We already know from day one. We know who is gonna win the league. We had an
that's not
idea of either Real Madrid or Barcelona. That's it. Just those two.
for
We never
EPL.
go.
For
No, La
EPL, I think
Liga.
no, for EPL, I think that like the past 10 to 5 years, it's been Man City or Liverpool. Anybody else
No,
win?
for actually
Anybody?
win. No, when you say actually win the league, yes,
Yeah,
Liverpool, Man City, yes.
yes.
But from day one, when we're like, oh, who's gonna win the league this season? Man City is mentioned, Arsenal is mentioned, Liverpool is mentioned. Out of those three, two of them are actually won the league.
Here's
Out
like
of
the
those
first
three,
time. This
all
year's
three have been in first place at least
yeah,
once, or
is the this year
have been
is
in
the
first
first
place at some point in the
Ars-
season.
Arsenal has been considered the favorites, and I think they get it done. And a lot of it's all they're gonna. Yeah, so I think this is the first year they were favorites, and I don't see them losing it. I just though Man City is not strong enough, and that's the only competition, regardless. So I think it's okay for them to take their foot off the pedal, and pick it up.
But that's not what
Uh,
champions do. That's the thing.
it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you have one more point or goal difference more than your opponent. That's what it matters. Nobody's gonna look
Out
and
of
say, "Oh,
out of
nobody look."
all the past champions, hold on. Out of all the past champions, this
I
Arsenal team is the worst if they win the league.
wouldn't say that.
But
Um, yeah,
it's
I
okay.
wouldn't say that.
It's okay. We'll find
Yeah,
out. But we have some games this weekend, and let's go through them to see how it goes. Aston Villa Leeds. Who you got?
Aston Villa should win, but
Okay. Chelsea Burnley.
Chelsea,
Brentford Brighton.
neither team can win. But I think Brentford's in good form at the moment, so they
Mhm.
should do better.
West Ham Bournemouth.
I don't know. Maybe Bournemouth.
Mm. Man
Yeah,
City,
MS.
Newcastle.
Um, Man City should win.
Okay. Forest, Liverpool.
Liverpool should win.
Sunderland, Fulham.
Maybe a tie.
Ah. Crystal Palace, Wolves.
Maybe Wolves. I don't know what they. Maybe they've gotten some more.
uh, now, Tottenham, Arsenal.
Arsenal will win.
Okay.
I
And
think
then lastly,
they get a big win against Spurs.
mm, I think that another draw is awaiting Arsenal. But and then lastly, Everton, Man United.
Man United.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps it up. We shall see how the Arsenal game against Spurs go, and that will really define the season for us from there. So
Uh, Man City is also playing. So
yeah, but I think we'll all be watching Arsenal. So
you don't think
let's see.
where they playing the Man City game? Etihad.
Yes.
Okay. So it'll be tough for them. I mean, what's his name? Eric Gordon just scored like
Yeah,
four.
it's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a good game, right?
Yeah,
It's not gonna be
Gordon,
like
Langa.
easy training session for Man City, but Man City should get the better of Newcastle, even if it's a tough 80th minute, 90th minute, 1-0 win.
I have Newcastle to get a draw then.
Yeah, even that it can be that it can be
Yeah,
one one zero
I
most of the
look
game and then last minute goal.
I look at the matchup and I'm like, Gordon will cause them problems.
Yeah, but if you look at their league form, it's not been great.
They, that,
Newcastle is 10th.
that means
So
they have nothing to lose. If you have
they
nothing,
have something to lose because
what
they
is,
want European football.
huh?
They want European football. So
If
yes, they will go for it.
yeah, either way, that doesn't matter to them. They're not in contention. So they really
If
the
if they
pressure.
beat Man City, they jump all the way to eighth.
Yeah, but the pressure is on Man City to win,
True.
and they don't
If
always up when the pressure is hot.
I guess we'll find out. But
When was the last time
ultimately,
Allen scored?
ultimately, ultimately, we'll be watching the Arsenal game to see what Arsenal does.
You don't even watch Chelsea anymore.
I mean, Chelsea will just win. I
Yes.
watch them. I watch Chelsea. I watch them. I
What
watch
do you?
every game.
What is Chelsea's objective for the season?
Champions League.
You think you can win Champions League?
No, to qualify for Champions League and
Okay.
possibly win a trophy. Now
Which
they're
trophy?
out of the EFL, out of the
Yeah.
EFL, out of Premier League. So now they have two left:
And
FA Cup and
who
Champions
got
League.
who got you out of EFL?
Oh, it's Arsenal. That's fine. At the end of the
Who get
day, Chelsea. Hold on. At the end of the
who?
day, Chelsea didn't play. Chelsea could have been better
Oh
over the
no!
two legs.
Chelsea could have did. Chelsea didn't do
Could have
this.
been good. Could have been better. It's fine. At the end
This
of
is
the
the
day,
this is the same Arsenal. You said they don't win trophies, but they beat you guys
they
to go
don't.
to.
What have they won?
So you
What
think
have they
this year they
won?
won't win? You
Let me
think
let me open the scope, right? Let's take over the past 10 years.
no, no,
What has
no, we're
Arsenal
talking.
won?
We're
No, over
talking,
the past 10 years. 10 years
we're
is a
talking
long time.
they won
10 years
FA
is a
Cup.
long time.
They they won an FA Cup, so they won a trophy within that 10 years. But we're talking about
Okay.
this.
No,
Talking
no,
about
no. Hold on. You're saying as a top team, the only trophy you can win in 10 years is one FA Cup. One. One.
I mean, it's as a top team. I would say it's a top English Premier that they play in. So it's not easy to win in the league, but they're gonna do that this year. So I
In the
don't see
past
that.
10 years. In the past
It
10
doesn't
years,
pass.
Spurs,
We're
Spurs,
talking
hold
about
on. In the past 10 years, Spurs, now
talking.
European pedigree.
Not all trophies are
Spurs,
equal,
no,
bro.
all trophies are not equal, but
Not equal.
when they're
It
saying
does
bring your trophies, hold on, when they say bring your trophies, Spurs will bring the Europa trophy. Chelsea will bring the
no
Champions League trophy.
no
Hold on,
no one thing.
hold on. Liverpool will bring the Premier League and Champions League trophies.
No
Man City will
one
bring the
cares
Premier League,
about,
Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, all this cup they've won. Everybody
no
has
one
multiple cups. What does Arsenal
bro.
have? Nothing. So spare me
They
that.
have,
But
they have an FA Cup.
yeah, they have one FA Cup in 10 years, which is
Yeah,
very disappointing. They have the
they're gonna
same
get.
number of trophies. They have the same number of trophies as Crystal Palace.
So it's not a bad thing. At least they have one.
It's very bad.
No, but they have a relevant trophy. Some of you don't have relevant trophies. It's trophies that don't matter. Nobody really cares for.
Ah, okay. In 10 years, you're able to win one FA Cup
Bro,
trophy. Okay,
I don't think I've ever
withdraw.
seen Chelsea Europa League or even Europa Conference. So it's not even like something.
Ten Hag won two of those.
And where is
With
Ten
a
Hag?
Ten Hag
Where's
won
Ten
two of those. Hold on, Ten Hag won two of those with a very bad Man United team that we
Where
laughed
is
at every day.
where is Ten Hag at in this life?
At this point, there's a very, very, very hot take. Ten Hag is better than Arteta, but I'm not even going to say that because he has two trophies under his belt, and Arteta has one.
That's your
But
opinion.
exactly. So let's leave it at that. But for the record, Arteta is way better than Ten Hag. Let me just say that. but but we shall see what happens on Sunday.
I
And
mean, this is why EPL is beautiful because it's competitive.
exactly,
I
exactly.
think it should be a good run for the end of the season. And Man City will play Arsenal a couple of times, not just in the league. So we'll see um, how well Arteta can do against Pep.
Exactly. But we shall see starting this Sunday. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.